Hello and welcome back once again to product placement. So still having some issues with my recording devices. The overhead camera that I was trying to use before didn't end up working out the way I wanted it to. So we had to scrap that idea, switched over to a different one. That one seems to be working pretty well. But now that I've been catching up on editing, I've noticed that there's still some sound quality issues. So we're trying something a little bit different here today. So before, when I had my laptop here, I had the overhead camera. It was recording sound as well as my phone that I'm using to record the videos. However, for some reason, my phone is now doing this thing where it starts recording from the microphone that's facing me and then switches to a different microphone and then switches back, so the volume keeps going up and down and up and down as I'm talking. Now before, I had the overhead camera that was also recording audio, so I was able to use that audio track to kind of clean up those other videos. However, now that the laptop's not working, I tried to do a different overhead camera. That camera doesn't want to stay running properly, so I keep losing sections of video and audio from the overhead camera. So we scrapped that idea, but I can still use the new overhead camera to hopefully salvage the sound on this video. So a while back when I took my road trip, I went up to visit my mother. She had some stuff that she needed done around the house, and unfortunately I'm one of the only people that will actually come and help her do anything. And while I was there helping her go through some things and get rid of some stuff that she doesn't want anymore, take some stuff to Goodwill, I'm going through some boxes and I find that she still has a bunch of her old cell phones, and at least one of them is fairly recent. I think she got the phone and then there was some issue with it, so they were sending her a replacement for that one. And right around the time that she got the replacement, they offered her an upgrade on a different phone plan. So she went ahead and did that and traded in the broken phone before the replacement phone ever arrived. So she ended up getting the new phone, but had no use for it. So it's just been sitting in a drawer collecting dust. And I said, well, if you're not going to use it, do you mind if I take it? I can find something to do with it. She said, no, go ahead, do whatever you want with it. So that's what I was using for my overhead camera. But since it wants to shut off every 2 minutes while I'm recording, I stopped doing video. Now I just have it sitting here on the desk recording audio only through voice recorder. So hopefully that stays running. It looks like it is. And I'll still be able to salvage decent audio quality from videos going forward, at least until I get a new setup where I don't have to deal with this anymore. So with all that said and out of the way, what are we doing today? Well, a little while back, I did the Reese's mini cups with peanuts in them. And when I was originally shopping for that, one of the times I was down at Walmart, I did see a couple other products I want to try. One of them is fairly recent, so that's what we're going to be doing today. There were a couple others that I'd like to try, but after I looked up online before buying them, turns out those ones were out for over a year now, maybe two. So not really much point in doing them because they've been around for too long, I feel. But as I said, today's product is fairly recent, within the past like 6 months or so. So I finally broke down and bought it, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And today's product is Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored Hershey's Kisses. Now, it has been a while since we've done a Hershey's Kiss. I usually do them around the holiday special because that's usually when the new flavors of them come out. But this one came out a few months ago, caught my attention, been wanting to try it, but I put it off for a little while until I got caught up on some of the editing, because honestly, if I ended up missing this one, it's not that big of an issue, where some of the other stuff that has come and gone has been limited edition. So I've wanted to focus more on those. But like I said, now I'm mostly caught up on those, so now we can finally get around to trying this one. Now, as I said, there are a couple other flavors out that I would like to try, but I'll probably try them without doing a video on them because they have been around for a little while. But today we're doing these ones, so let's go ahead and stop talking and get right into them. We're going to go ahead and rip this open. And we have our bag full of Hershey's Kisses. So we're going to go ahead and pull one of these out. They are very festively wrapped. It's not just the normal silver or gold or whatever. These are like a tie-dye kind of pattern. It's got orange, blue, green, purple, which I believe, yeah, now that I look at it, are the colors on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch logo. So that's what they're doing, is they're trying to represent the logo. Now, before I open this up and try it, let's go ahead and give this bag a smell test and see if it smells like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. A little bit, unfortunately, with them being in the bag, I'm mostly getting the smell of the bag more than I'm getting the smell of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but there's a very faint hint of Cinnamon Toast Crunch smell in there. So let's go ahead and open one of these up. Now, since I no longer have my overhead camera, I don't know how well you guys can see this on the front-facing camera, but this is looks like white chocolate with little, I was going to say brown, but almost more like caramel, like a light tan colored stripes running through it. So it is more of a hug than a kiss. Let's go ahead and give this one a smell test as well and see if the smell is more pronounced than in the bag. Here we go. Oddly, no. Like, I get a little faint hint of cinnamon, but for the most part, I'm just smelling white chocolate. All right, so not much else to stay to stall this out any longer. So let's go ahead and pop this in our mouth and see what we think. Cheers. Okay, now that I wasn't expecting. As I bit down into that, I got a crunch. There is actually a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch inside of these Hershey's Kisses. The white chocolate is a nice blend with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It gives a kind of a milky flavor like you're actually eating a bowl of cereal. And the Cinnamon Toast Crunch isn't just a flavor mixed in with the white chocolate. There is actually a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in it, which was a nice surprise. Now let's try one more. I'm going to bite this one in half and see if we can see the piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wrapper is off. Here we go. Sort of. I mean, it's just a very tiny piece right there, but you almost can't tell the difference between that and the white chocolate. It looks like it's just where the stripes run through. But yeah, that is very interesting. I'm not used to Hershey's Kisses having stuff inside of them, at least not crunchy pieces like that. I'm used to them having like the cherry cordials or something that had like that cherry gel goo stuff inside of them. But I think this is the first time I've ever actually had a crunchy textured item inside of a Hershey's Kiss. Like I said, the white chocolate does mix very well with them, gives that milky flavor. So if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you don't want to actually eat a bowl of cereal, check these out as long as they're still around, because it tastes like you're eating a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, including the milk. So not a whole lot else to say about these other than that. So we're going to wrap this one up here. Again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to the video. Links in the description. Ring the bell. Make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, cheers.